The first poem I'm going to read is Ballad of Birmingham, but I'm going to introduce the chapter first. This is chapter 13 of American Literature. In this chapter, you will read poetry about events that change people's lives forever. The conflicts that each poem describes are difficult, but out of these conflicts came strength and courage. Okay. Battle of Birmingham by Dudley Randall. Words to know. Literary terms. Irony is the difference between what seems to be real and what is real. Setting is the time and place of a story. Quatrain is a 4-line stanza. Selection vocabulary is fierce, cruel, and violent. Choir, a singing group. Explosion, blast from a bomb bursting. Clawed is to have dug with nails, or like with fingernails, I would say. The story told in this poem is based on fact. On September 15, 1963, in Birmingham, Alabama, 4 African-American girls died when a bomb was thrown into their church. Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march the streets of Birmingham in a freedom march today? No, baby, no, you may not go, for the dogs are fierce and wild, and clubs and hoses, guns and jails ain't good for a little child. But Mother, I won't go alone. Other children will go with me and march the streets of Birmingham to make our country free. The poet uses dialogue to explain what is happening in the story. The dialogue also shows one conflict in the poem, the conflict between a mother and her child. No, baby, no, you may not go, for I fear those guns will fire. But you may go to church instead and sing in the children's choir. What seems to be a dangerous situation to the mother? What is the real danger? What literary terms names this difference between what seems real and what is real? She has combed and brushed her night dark hair, and bathed rose petals sweet, and drawn white gloves on her small brown hands, and white shoes on her feet. The mother smiled to know her child was in the sacred place, but that smile was the last smile to come upon her face. For when she heard the explosion, her eyes grew wet and wild. She raced through the streets of Birmingham, calling for her child. She clawed through bits of glass and brick, then lifted out a shoe. Oh, here's the shoe my baby wore. But baby, where are you? Like most ballads, Dudley Randall's is made up of a series of quatrains. How many are in this ballad? Literary practice. Answer these questions on the back of your vocabulary. Number 1, what words and images tell us that the child in this poem is a girl? Number 2, in 1963, newspapers around the world reported the bombing of the Alabama church. How would a news reporter's telling of this story differ from the Ballad of Birmingham? This poem, in other words. Number 3, there were many terrible happenings during the fight for civil rights in the 1960s. Why do you think the poet chose the bombing of a Birmingham church to write about? Number 4, name 2 of the conflicts in the poem.